Okay, we're back on a bi-monthly update on the shop here. Still not really getting any opportunity to get any work done because I still have absolutely no room to work. I'm trying to get a couple jobs done tonight. I got a set of rods to do and a wheel bearing to do and a tire to do. Same thing I've had to do all week long. I haven't done half of it yet. But I spent about 4 or 5 hours the other night moving stuff around trying to get a layout in here I can actually work in. But basically it's just a big crap pile here. So I emptied out some shelf units and cleared some space over here, but there's no room to work. So I'm trying to figure out the layout of where to put stuff where I can actually work. The problem is I'm about a foot short either width or length to put equipment in here where I can actually use it. So I'm not sure how we're going to make this all work. Where I had the press before, I couldn't use the press. It was overhanging the hone and I couldn't make it work. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. So there's no room. There's no problems. So I just really tight in here. So I want to get rid of this shelf unit here. I emptied out the shelf unit that was sitting right there and the one that was over here. So that one is sitting over there right now. I'm either going to take it apart and get rid of it, or I'm going to stuff it back, way back in the hole behind this here. And then I'm stuffing the hone down that hole, I think. This file cabinet's either going to stay here, or it's going to move over next to the head machine where it belongs, because it has all the valve guides and stuff in it for doing my head work. So I get all the stuff I need for doing my heads. So all the valves and guides and seals and stuff. So that used to be right here. This thing here hangs out in the way, so it gets in the way of me using the blaster or glimpse of bathroom that's not available to use yet. I'm working a path that direction. Right now we have no bathroom. So this starts overhanging here, so if this is going to stick on the aisle, you might as well put the shelf unit or the file cabinet over here to make it work. Right now you can see how the head machine in here, you got about 14 inches to work in, which is a little tight. But see, this can go all the way back to here, but then you couldn't use the machine. If you slide this down this way further, then you block the stairway, and the hone, which I don't use, will be hard to use, but I was going to put the bandsaw right there, so now you got no room to get upstairs. I put this direction here, see if I gain some room over here. So you're tight through here, but usable. But it gets really tight in the table where the mill is. Obviously the head machine, you're real tight here. That doesn't work too good. If you slide this over right up against that, and then put the file cabinet over there, and put the bandsaw right there, you got about a foot to get upstairs, which is enough to get up to the bathroom. I don't know. It's tight. You get right in here. Right now this is moved all the way this way, so when this comes out, you get real narrow through here. You get down about 14 inches, 15 inches. The welding outfit has no room for anywhere. You got a lot of room right here where I'm standing, but that's because it's in between all the equipment. But this thing here takes up a lot of space. This looks like you have a lot of room until you actually stand in here to use this machine. You're right up against this thing. If you put this down here, then you have no room to get in here, so you can't do any more in there. If you slide this all the way down to here and put that all at the very end, the angle gets to be like this. You only have the cross angle here, gets real narrow, you can't get through. So it doesn't work very well. We got the big shelf unit up in here, and it's all full of stuff. I've been uncovering tools and clearing off shelf units and bringing all the tools and stuff under here. We got the phase converter buried up under there. The light on? Yeah. So anyway, that's up under there where it's hard to see it, but it's under there. I still got to wire that up, which I got to go get some electrical stuff for that. And then I get my milling machine to work. This just turned into a big place to stuff a bunch of crap to get out of the way. That's called backfilling. Obviously I backfilled all the way here too, behind the boring bar. Now when I get all done here, there'll be room about there for about a 2-foot square shelf unit you can put in there. Or a bench to put more crap on. I have not hung up all my tools on the pegboard yet, but those will get filled in. Excuse me. I got this pegboard over here I put up, and then I'll build another pegboard and stick it over there. So I can get that in there, give me some more space. Anytime you get stuff off a shelf or off a bench, you got more room. But you can see how much space, we just don't have nothing. The toolbox gets in the way of the press, and it gets in the way of the walkway, and it gets in the way of a lot of problems. So, I don't know, just really, really tight. Can't get through that way. Gotta go this way. So I haven't figured out the right way of doing stuff yet. I did get the lathe working. Progress, but I have no tooling for it. I have this in here, but all the other tooling is buried someplace. I think it's back on that shelf over there, because I haven't been into that one yet. There's a bunch of tools and stuff up on this shelf I put up here. Yeah, still there. My toolbox is still a mess. So, anyway, these have they're all full of bolts and stuff all the way down the line and other stuff. The top's all full of other stuff. Like I said, this shelf unit here needs to go, and then I can stuff this down that aisle and get this out here, and I start getting a little bit more space. But until I get that out of the way, I'm not sure how to mix and match these tables here. Excuse me, throat sucks. So this table is the same length as this with the file cabinet next to it. So if you put them back to back, that'll take up the least amount of space, which means you have to slide this one this way, that one would go over there. Then the drill press is right where the rail is, so you can't use it. So I'd have to unbolt that and put it over on this side, and put that grinder over there. We can use it off the side, I guess. So I'd have to do that, and then they would butt up against each other, and that'd take up the least amount of space. I was thinking about putting this this way through here as an island, like in a kitchen type deal, but you'd be down the work area about this wide on both sides. It's not enough room to work, so that doesn't work. So I think that one's going to wind up going behind this one. This one's going to come this way, and the press will go that way. There's going to be a cleaning tank over there. The bandsaw, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I have to have a bandsaw to cut metal. I have no way of cutting metal without it, so got to keep something to cut with besides a hacksaw. So anyway, it's just lots of issues. I got my work area here nicely set up for now, so I got plenty of area to build motors on, work on stuff. Once I get this cleared out, I'll have a half a bench over here also. Should be kind of like a staging area. Right now I got a little mini solvent tank here I'm going to use to clean some parts with. I borrowed this from Fred, so I got to clean the muck out of here. So I'll put some solution in there to clean with. Right now I have no way of cleaning parts right now, so that kind of sucks. So, and then the welding area over here, I have no idea what I'm going to do with this welder. It's like the gas torches, there's no place for them. That big welder right there, my TIG welder, I think it's going to wind up in the back corner where that welder's in, and pull that one out and go put that up in the storage unless somebody wants to buy an old one that works good. But anyway, that's going to get moved. If I put this workbench all the way down to in the corner, then you have the welder right here, and then you can't work down there very easily. So I haven't decided if I'm going to do it that way yet, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to wind up putting the welder in the corner, and I'll put the workbench about where it is right now. It can go down, I think, about 5 or 6 inches from where it is, and that's maxed out. It hits the back of the welder. And the aisle is very narrow because the shelf units are about right to here. So there's not a lot of area in there. Where's the shelf? Oh, there's another shelf. There's another whole cabinet right there too that's not even put in line. It's in the aisleway. So there's a whole other file cabinet that's not even been used yet. That has to be. There ain't no room for it in the building. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's full of bolts too. So anyway, I haven't even got to this part yet because it's just a big mess. So right now I'm just throwing everything this way right now to get out of my way. The workbench under here is the only thing I got to work with on bikes. You have to come to the door and you pick it up with the hoist, which is way down there, and put the bike up on the lift. On the table. It's not a lift, it's a table. Or the table, you just work off of it to do what you got to work on. Just gives you another heavy-duty thing to work on it. All the drawer units are on the other side. They have to be opened up, so they have to be opened up a couple feet. So the table has to come away this way 2 feet. So that means the table will sit right here, which makes this, drops this aisle down to this width. So that's what's going to happen. So all of this stuff that's right here won't be here, and there's no place for it to go. So you got welder, oil tank, and toolbox have to go. And shelf unit. There's no room for any of this stuff anywhere else, so we'll figure it out. So anyway, that's the joys of setting up a new shop with stuff you need that you have no room for. So the answer is to get rid of file cabinets. I got way too many of them in here, but they're all full of stuff, so I don't know. And if you double stack the file cabinets, then they're pretty heavy. I don't know if I'd really want to do that. They're not really made to take that kind of weight. So you're probably going to collapse the file cabinet and destroy it doing that. So probably not going to happen. So I'll just have to see what I'm going to do. More likely we're going to be losing a couple of them. So I'm going to have to get room. So anyway, that's where we're at. So give you an update. And then upstairs is doing the same thing. I'll do a video from up there when I get up there. I've been working up there too. So it's my bi-monthly update on my progress around here. Basically, a lot of nothing's been going on. I have been resting though, so I'm not, worn out and dead tired like I used to be. At least not all the time, but I'm still tired a lot. But oh well. Mainly I do a bunch of paperwork all day. All right, well for now I'm gonna clear off some area here. I got to work on a couple jobs here, so we'll be doing that. We'll be back.